The great rivers of Europe and China provide enormous ecological and economic wealth for both regions. They also share major challenges. For the Rhine, the goal is habitat continuity. For the Danube, the most international river on Earth, it is integrating water management across the 19 countries that it flows through. For the Yellow River, it is sediment control and water allocation to ensure adequate river flow to the sea. For the Yangtze River, it is primarily flood control at the mid and lower reaches. Europe has integrated 25 years of legislation on water management into one comprehensive policy document called the EU Water Framework Directive. This emphasises good water governance in harmony with ecology. And China is now catching up quickly. China has launched its most significant water policy in a decade, the 2011 Central Government #1 document on water conservancy and reform. This states water is the source of life, production and ecology, so emphasising China's commitment to improve the health of its water resources. Through the EU-China River Basin Management Programme, Europe and China have been working together to improve China's integrated river basin management practices.
When this program started, for me it was a real great challenge to bring the water management communities of China and Europe together. I learned also a lot of the achievements in China with respect to water management, which I also learned goes back a long, long time.
该项目还组织黄委相关人员与专家到欧洲的莱茵河、多瑙河、博河等流域进行了交流访问。双方在流域规划、洪水管理、水污染控制、应对气候变化等领域进行了充分的交流与合作。
The early stages of the programme mainly saw European experts helping China to find a faster path to sustainable water resource management. This collaboration has gradually developed into a mutually beneficial two-way exchange of ideas and expertise on integrated river basin management. This has led to many remarkable achievements. The practice of biomonitoring is observing changes in the biodiversity of a river, such as fish, plants and worms, to assess river health. It is a core aspect of the Water Framework Directive, yet is still relatively new to China. First, the programme organised training, study tours and field research within the Yellow and Yangtze River basins, and also in Europe, to build understanding of biomonitoring.
中国目前对于这个水的评估呢，只用单一的水体的化学物理性质来进行评估，而这个欧盟介绍的经验呢，扩展到就是对于河流和湖泊的生物监测、化学物理特征监测、地貌监测和水文监测。那么特别是生物监测，我们又得到了很多新的技术。
Interest grew, so the programme compiled and published a Chinese language handbook on ecological and biological monitoring. This explains how biomonitoring is conducted in Europe and gives examples of its application in China. Now, in 2012, the programme is helping to draft Chinese guidelines on river health assessment and characterisation. China's enormous industrial development and rapid urbanisation have led to water scarcity and environmental pollution. In 2009, China's Ministry of Water Resources introduced a strict management system called the 3 Red Lines. The first line is for saving water, the second for fairly allocating the available water to the different users, and the third for setting pollution load limits for the river system. The programme has introduced European water quality modelling methods and blended these with the unique Chinese approach to pollution load management. This system will facilitate the implementation of the 3 Red Lines policy.
在拿污能力和流域管理的分配，在水污染预警预报的建设，在水质生物监测方面也进行了有益的探索，那么对中国取得了非常好的一个帮助和效果。
Another key success was the development of a decision support system for sudden pollution incidents. This involves monitoring systems to detect pollution, modelling systems to track and predict its movement, and agreed procedures to coordinate the government's responses. An important aspect of the programme has been directly involving local beneficiaries in training and their participation in the development and implementation of river basin planning.
The participatory approach was difficult at the start, but towards the end of the project, the county staff, they acknowledged that it had led to more effective implementation and to more sustainable results.
The Changjiang Pearl River Watershed Rehabilitation Project is a joint activity of the World Bank, EU and China. It has been technically supported by the programme and is a particular example of how stakeholder participation in watershed planning has been piloted for local farmers to combine measures for soil and water conservation with those for livelihood improvement.
先开始的话呢，项目办里面群众包括都有些抵触，但是后来呢，从实施效果来讲，大家都尝到了甜头，都是老百姓也接受，都是说，很久没有这个项目，政府工作人员来问他们的意见，各级项目办呢虽然辛苦一些，但是从效果来讲非常不错，他们也很满意。
As part of the Yellow River Master Plan, consultations were also piloted with regional stakeholders on the Yellow River in search of feasible ways to adopt participatory planning methods within the Chinese context. At the start of the programme, the EU water policy experience was made available through the translation of the Water Framework Directive and its sister directives on groundwater and floods. Several more translated guidebooks have followed. Also, in the programme's early stages, many Chinese experts visited European countries to study best practices in integrated water resources management.
特别是水利部也派出了4批60名机关公务员到欧盟各国进行了学习的培训，他们学到了欧盟最先进的水管理的政策、经验和做法以及相关的技术。
In the latter stages of the programme were European missions to the Yellow and Yangtze rivers. These 2 visits were hosted by the Ministry of Water Resources and were great examples of how China and Europe are now on a mutually beneficial and joint learning curve. The EU mission to the Yangtze River Basin in late 2010 was also supported by the Changjiang Water Resources Commission. With water experts from 8 EU countries, it was the first delegation of European expert officials to visit as part of the programme.
It was really a great experience because we had the opportunity to have very deep exchanges between European experts from 8 countries and with Chinese experts. In fact, at the end of the trip, we were all absolutely convinced that there was a great opportunity to develop in the future a partnership between European Union and China.
过去呢，可能很多他们认为，中国可能只搞开发了，对环境或生态不够重视。但他们来了以后呢，实际上发现，我们的不管是政府部门，还是管理部门，还是科学技术人员、工程人员，我们在这方面实际上已经做了很多工作，特别是防洪方面，我觉得中国经验值得欧洲学习。
The European mission to the Yellow River Basin followed in April 2011. This time, the Yellow River Conservancy Commission prepared the programme itinerary. EU delegates from 9 countries visited the middle reaches of the Yellow River and focused on sediment management as well as soil and water conservation within the famous Loess Plateau. These visits gave a real boost to ongoing discussions to create a platform that would enable Chinese and European stakeholders to continue this valuable exchange of best practices and cooperation even beyond the programme's conclusion in mid-2012.
双方呢认为通过这些项目的合作，我们在水资源的管理领域应该说有广阔的合作的前景。中国和欧盟呢，又商定我们在建立一个新的平台，再继续的进行这一合作。
The China-Europe Water Platform was launched at the 6th World Water Forum in Marseille in March 2012, highlighting its importance to the global water community. This platform is a new working group of the EU Water Initiative, and will be supported by the Ministry of Water Resources in China along with the European Council. Among member states, Denmark and Portugal have taken the initial lead. Participation in the platform is open to representatives of the government, NGOs, water utilities and the business community.
We are moving into a new phase. It's about EU-China cooperation at eye level and at a much broader basis.
我们共同建立这个中欧水资源交流平台，我们利用这个平台来讨论一些我们面对的共性的问题，但同时呢，也利用这样一个平台呢，还要讨论一些我们彼此之间的差异性的问题。
Both of our countries in China and the European Union are expecting that we come up with new strategies, with new programs to promote the efficient use of water.
Really demonstrates the critical importance that we all put into this new EU-China water platform. And I think that's going to be a very strong signal to our communities, but also all the countries outside EU-China.
The China-Europe Water Platform will lay a solid foundation for dealing with the water challenges that the world is facing today and into the future. For more information, go to our Knowledge Centre at euchinarivers.org. There you will find comparisons and translations of European and Chinese water policy and the results of 5 years of technical studies and exchanges. Check it out.